But for right now, that's it for the coin toss. So right now, let's go to one of our fantastic videos, and we'll be right back in just a minute or so. All righty there. So there you go. That's a video for the Ladies Takeover show. And you're wondering, hey, Nick, why did you show that video right at that time? Well, I'll tell you why. Because one of the co-hosts of that lovely ladies show on Thursdays, where the Ladies Takeover, is, of course, one of our co-hosts, Delilah Crespo. And, of course, it's time for one of the favorite segments on this show. Here's Delilah with this week, or this day, in NFL history. All right.
All right.
Take it away, Delilah.
Hi. Hey, everybody. All right. So just a few, few little things. So basically, all right, on this day. So on October 11th, 1925, talking about the Giants, kind of funny. They played their first ever game in 1925 against the Providence, and they lost 14-0. The Steamrollers, who used to play for Providence, scored twice in the second quarter. A blocked punt recovery in the end zone and a 92-yard kickoff return by Cy Wentworth is what sealed the deal. So again, on this day in 1925, the Giants played their first ever NFL game, only to lose 14-0. October 11th, 1981, Tommy Kramer passes for 444 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Minnesota Vikings edged the San Diego Chargers 33-31. Boy, I wish, I'm sure people hope they could see somebody like that again. I mean, I know people love Mr. Kirk Cousins, right? We know we got a lot of fans, but just saying, that's kind of wild. So October 11th, 1981, Tommy Kramer passes for 444 yards and 4 touchdowns in a Minnesota Vikings win, 33-31 to the San Diego Chargers. October 11th, 1992, Deion Sanders famously suits up for 2 games. Although people assumed for a long time that he actually played for both games that day, he actually didn't. He suited up for both, but he only actually played the Atlanta Falcons game. So basically, the way that Sanders' day started was the Atlanta Falcons traveled to the Orange Bowl at 1 p.m. Eastern to play against the Miami Dolphins. In that game, they won 21-17. Sanders returned 2 kicks and a punt, caught a pass for 9 yards, and was part of the Falcons' defensive unit even, because we know he kind of played, they always moved him around. So he played in the Falcons game. He then hopped on a jet plane, on a helicopter to make it to the game where the Atlanta Braves were playing against the Pittsburgh Pirates. But even though he was suited up and ready to go, he actually didn't play a single inning of baseball. He is very upset about that. There's a 30 for 30 documentary out there. I don't know if you've seen it, where he talks about that day. He feels that a lot of people failed him and not allowing him, on the baseball side. He's still really upset that he actually didn't get to play in that game. So again, October 11th, 1992, Deion Sanders flew back and forth to play in 2 different sports, but only managed to play in the Atlanta Falcons game. The last thing, October 11th, 2009, Kurt Warner passes for 301 yards in Arizona's 28-21 win over Houston. It's the 50th 300-yard game for Warner in 113 games, making him the fastest to reach 50 in NFL history. Prior to him, that went to Dan Marino. He broke a Dan Marino record, who made it to the over 300 games in 176 games. So again, that's what happened on this day in NFL history.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Delilah, for that. We do appreciate that. Always check back every week with Delilah. She gives you everything that's happened on this day or during this week in NFL history.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.